Hello and welcome. It's been a minute since I've done one of these, so here I am. I don't think I'm gonna do piles this time. I'm thinking I'm just gonna do a general reading. So whatever comes through, and we'll see. Okay. No big introduction, no nothing. I'm just gonna start pulling cards, and that's about it. Okay, let's keep them going. Rather, let's start. So, what do my viewers need to know? Sorry about the camera shaking if it translates to the recording. So, what do my viewers, whoever is watching this, what do they need to know? Anything. What message do they have from their guides, their ancestors, the universe, whatever they believe in? Whoever is watching this, what message can I give them? Oh, okay. Ten of Wands is the first card out. So, right away, you could be involved in something that is very exhausting. Maybe something that has been going on for quite a while. Maybe you feel like you can't really do it anymore. Like, it's just too much. Maybe you have too much on your plate in general. It's an energy of exhaustion. It's an energy of carrying too much and not having enough help. It's also a little bit of an energy of wanting to do everything on your own. So that's at least what I'm getting right now. We'll see if the rest of the cards support it, but I feel like there's an element here of you maybe not accepting the help that you require. Maybe there is something you need help with and you're just kind of ignoring it and you're just kind of thinking that, oh, I'm gonna figure this out on my own and that's gonna work out. Well, let's see. Okay, what else can you tell me about this energy, please? Oh, okay, Eight of Wands. We have Sagittarius, is it? I'm not seeing the little, probably Sagittarius Mercury. So with the Eight of Wands, this is about communication or about moving or about some sort of movement in general. It's fire energy, also both of these. So you could be a fire sign or you could be fire dominant. But what this is telling me is that it might have something to do with, like I said, either moving or communicating, like talking to someone. Or maybe this is like fast moving energy is also what I'm getting, definitely. So let's see what we're going. I think maybe like you're thinking about talking to someone and it's just weighing on you a lot. And it's kind of like fire energy, like I said. So it's like you just want to go for it. You just want to do it, shoot your shot. Sagittarius energy is very spontaneous. It doesn't think, not that it doesn't think, it doesn't overthink. It acts before it thinks. So it's like a very playful energy as well. Like I said, very spontaneous. So it feels like maybe that's what you want to be like or that's what you want to do, but it's just weighing so heavily on you. What kind of communication are we talking about here? Please tell me more about this energy. Please tell me more. Please tell me more. Please tell me more. Sorry, the camera shaking is bothering me so much that I'm kind of like messing up the shuffle. Okay, please tell me more. Because I usually shuffle quite aggressively, but the shaking is just bothering me so much. Okay. I feel like there's some sort of a block here. This is something you might not want to think about. This is something you might not want to deal with. Two of Wands. It has something to do with like I was getting the Two of Cups energy right away, and especially with the colors being complementary. Like we have a blue one and we have a red one. That is often like twin flame stuff. I don't necessarily believe in that anymore, but if you do, you do. You do your thing. It doesn't matter. But what I'm getting is that this feels like a Two of Cups energy, but at the same time, Two of Wands is planning for the future. So this could be something. It's either related to something romantic, maybe, or partnering up with someone, even because this is like Mars energy, Aries energy, and and like I said, we have all wands. We have 3 wand cards down so far. All of the cards are wands. So lots and lots of fire energy, lots of passion, lots of creativity. So this is either about a romantic interest, it's about partnering up with someone in maybe a creative field or in a creative project, or it's just generally about something pertaining to the future and what you're planning with it. Let's keep on going. Oh yeah. And under that we have the Knight of Pentacles. So what this is telling me is that you don't want to think about this, because I'm getting the reluctancy in the energy. It's like you want to ignore this, or it's like I'll deal with this later type of vibe that I'm getting. So what I'm getting from this is just reinforcing that. So it's also about maybe something that you've intended to do a long ass time ago, but it kind of like never manifested, or you kind of just never felt like you're ready to do it, or you just sort of, I don't know, it feels like there was a time for this, or there is a time for this, but it also feels like it's not in the future anymore. It feels like with all this fire energy, it feels like whatever this is, the time for it is now. Like you've wasted enough time thinking about this and putting this off. So let's pull one more here. Okay, please tell me more about this energy. And then I think I'll switch to a different deck. Okay, please tell me more. What's happening here? We have, oh my god, I knew that this was gonna come out. I fucking knew it. I don't know how or why. But yeah, this is the Queen of Cups. So you could be a female with a water sign placement somewhere in your chart that is important. So it could be in your big three, it could be your chart ruler, it could be a stellium. So either that, or you're very intuitive. And if you're not a female, then this whole thing is about someone who is. Someone who is like this. Someone who might be a water sign, like I said. Oh, I didn't say it's Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Stellium, chart ruler, like I used to say. And this could be someone who is very intuitive. So what I'm getting is actually a very similar energy to what I used to pick up on when I was doing these readings regularly. But really, what I'm getting here is that this might be about another person. Like I said, I had this feeling that it could be a romantic thing with someone, and if that's the case, because what we have here with the Knight of Wands, this is male, this is more like a masculine energy. So it is very possible that you are the masculine energy here, and this feminine energy is what you're thinking about. It could be switched. It could be switched. So, uh, whatever the case, we have like a feminine energy here again, very intuitive, very psychic, maybe. Maybe they do like witchcraft or something of the sort, something like occult, and definitely someone who is empathetic, someone who is understanding towards others. Okay, so looks like that's what's on your mind. That's what's weighing you down so much. Okay, I think I'm gonna switch to a different deck here. Let's do the mythos. Why not? Why not? Why not? I haven't learned everything about this deck so far. Like, it has a little booklet like all of them, but I unfortunately don't remember all of the mythological characters on the cards, so I might miss some messages. I'm gonna check up on the booklet probably. Okay, so wait. So let's see what else is going on here. What more can you tell me about this situation? What more can you tell me about this, please? What more can you tell me about this, please? Knight of Coins. Again. Again. Knight of Pentacles again. Oh my god, are you kidding me? An Eight of Wands again. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? What the absolute fuck? And Six of Wands, by the way, at the bottom of the deck. Okay. I'm trying not to be an asshole here. It feels like you've been really putting this thing off. It's like it really feels like you want to say something to this Queen of Cups person. You really want to say something to them. But you've been putting it off for so goddamn long. And I know that you can't see the spread because of how my setup is right now. I'm in the middle of moving, so hopefully in my new place I'm going to have a better setup. Let's hope. But so far, the thing is that the Two of Wands, what I told you, gave me a Two of Cups energy, and like this twin flame, this yin yang kind of balance, togetherness energy. This is in the middle of the spread, and everything else is around it. So, oh yeah, and by the way, it's also like I have to describe it because I can't show it. Like I said, I'm going to try and get a better setup in my new place. But what's happening here is that we have the ten of Wands here at the beginning, so at the left side. Then we have the Eight of Wands, and if you look at this little Sagittarius shape over here, they are shooting their bow. And they are shooting it right in the direction of the Two of Wands. So, so we have double Knight of Coins, double Eight of Wands. Holy shit. Like, if you're a guy asking about a girl, what the hell are you doing? Like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna figure it out in a moment. I'm gonna figure it out in a moment. But it feels like you really want to tell this person something. You have been wanting to tell this person something, and it is something positive. And if you would do it, it would have a positive outcome because we have the Six of Wands here. That is the card of victory. Maybe they look kind of like this too. Like maybe they have, like if you look at the card, maybe they have some resemblance to this person here. Like maybe they just have like a similar vibe or similar face shape, or maybe they have dark hair. Maybe they like to wear white. I don't know. I just got this feeling that maybe they look kind of similar. So, so you've really been putting off saying what you want to this person, and it feels like it's always, like I said, it did come back. It did come back. It did come back. The I'll deal with it later energy. Yeah. It feels like it's something that you've been putting off, and you always say that I'm gonna deal with it later. I still have time to deal with this. I feel like you might not. You might not. And not necessarily because of anything happening, but because you always think that you still have time for it. And by that I mean, due to you always thinking that you still have time, you never do it. And that's how you run out of time. That's how you never end up doing what you want to do, never end up saying what you want to say. Because you always keep telling yourself that, oh, I still have time. Oh, I'm gonna deal with it later. Oh, this is like not good now. I'm gonna have to do something about it later, or like something of the sort. Okay, Page of Cups. Yeah. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Another Two of Wands. What the fuck? What the hell is this reading? Okay. Okay. So, Page of Cups. What instantly drew me to the imagery was the butterflies. Like, Page of Cups traditionally is a card talking about. Sorry, I have a bit of a stuffy nose. Apologies if my voice sounds a bit weird sometimes. So, what we have here with the Page of Cups is that traditionally this could mean a couple of things. Traditionally, this could mean a romantic offer, which is more so what I'm getting here. Like maybe you just want to tell this person that you like them or that you're interested in them. Simple as that. Or it could be emotional immaturity, or it could also mean that feeling this way, or like maybe like I'm drawn back to the Two of Wands, and again, like I said, we have another fucking Two of Wands over here. Like, Jesus, I don't even believe in him. So it keeps drawing me back to the Two of Wands. Maybe this is a connection that you did not expect. Maybe this is a connection that you just like it might be something that you have not experienced before. It might be something very special, maybe. Like I'm getting kind of a once in a lifetime energy out of this. It's like it feels like as I'm looking at the Two of Wands more and more, like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like this person is your perfect match type of a vibe. That's the feeling you get from them. Is the feeling you get from them. So the Page of Cups could also mean that since the page is the lowest end of the house, I think it's called. So we have the page, the knight, the king, and we have something else. Oh my god, I've it's been so freaking long that I've read tarot. I don't even know. Anyway, I think it's page, knight, king, and queen. But the point is that it also resembles. It's also talking about you feeling like you're new at something. So maybe you're not very experienced in expressing your emotions. That is also possible here. Or like this connection or this person feels like nobody else before. And it might make you feel kind of scared, maybe intimidated a little bit. I'm getting because this isn't something you've dealt with before, is what I'm getting. And that's this inexperienced energy coming through. That you don't know how to go about it because you don't feel comfortable, because you just don't have experience with a connection like this. Sorry, I'm already looking at the next card that is at the bottom of the deck. But also, what I wanted to say is what drew me to the imagery of the card, the butterflies. And again, we have a kind of similar looking female figure here with this light skin, white dress, dark hair kind of stuff. But I was trying to talk about the butterflies. Like maybe this person has changed a lot. Maybe you're afraid to talk to them about your feelings because you don't know where they stand, or you don't know how they will react because they are not the same as they used to be. They are different now. They have changed in some way. And so you're afraid that you don't know who you're dealing with, maybe. That is a possibility. I'm also getting some different stuff here. So the other card in the bottom of the deck was the Five of Cups. And the Hangman under that. Okay. And the Ace. Okay. 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 One at a time. One at a time. So, Five of Cups. And this is very interesting because this is Lethe. I don't know how to pronounce it in English, but I know what it means. And I know what I know what the mythological stuff is. So, with the Five of Cups, I feel like it's usually how this card is described as it's the crying over spilled milk card. But what I'm getting from this, specifically in this reading, is that you'd rather just how do I put it? It's learned helplessness. It's learned helplessness. That's what I'm getting. You'd rather just accept that things are not going to work out, or that you've been defeated in some way, or you shouldn't do anything. I don't know. It's like I'm sorry. I'm trying to sort through this energy, and it's kind of confusing for me right now. And it's also kind of heavy. Like I feel kind of heavy in my chest right now. It feels like you'd rather not even try, and maybe you're just telling yourself that, oh, I'm gonna deal with it later. Oh, I'm gonna do something later. Like it's not the time for that or whatever. But in truth, it's because underneath this avoidance, because you're avoiding this whole situation, you're avoiding thinking about this, you're avoiding this person, you're avoiding this conversation. But underneath the avoidance, I think, is learned helplessness and the thought or the feeling, or rather the fear, that it's not going to work out. or that this person does not feel the same, or this person is not interested anymore. I feel like yeah, you have decided in advance that this is not gonna work out, so it's easier on your conscience to not even try. Like I said, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. You're kind of enabling your own avoidance, and you're kind of, how do I put this? You're not just enabling your own avoidance. You're kind of leaving this person in the dust, and you feel bad about it, but you make up this imaginary scenario in your head, this it's never going to work out anyway type of scenario, to ease your conscience about um, not living up to what you would expect of yourself and what you think this person might expect of you. I'm gonna say, though, this person is a Queen of Cups. This person is a Queen of Cups. What did I say about that? I said that they are very intuitive, they are very empathetic. So I don't think that this person would really judge you that much. I think they would like look at the face of the Queen of Cups. I'm getting like a firmer Queen of Cups energy from this card. Like I feel like they know their boundaries and they're not gonna be disrespected, but they would understand if you would um, if you would tell them what was going on. But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna fucking lie. At the same time, when I'm telling you this, and I'm telling you that this person would understand, they might be like, look at the face again. They might be like, what the hell is going on? How come this person is talking to me now? Like, they might be like, what do you want? Why are you here? Like, they might be very surprised or very confused if you talk to them. But that's not what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say is that me saying that this person would be receptive and understanding, it feels like that kind of fuels your avoidance of this whole thing. I'm not completely sure why. I think it's like a catch 22. If you believe that this person would be receptive and interested, then you're not going to talk to them or you're not going to say what you want because, oh, they are still receptive. Oh, they are still available. Oh, that's okay. Then I still have time to talk to them because they still want to hear about me. But if I would say that this person is not receptive, then you would be like, oh, they are not receptive anymore. So it's like there's no point in trying, and I should just forget about it, and and this whole thing is dead already. And it feels like no matter what the fuck I say or anyone says, again, the help that you're not accepting. It feels like no matter what anyone says, definitely no matter what a totally random bitch on the internet, says, you're using that information to enable your avoidance. Not trying to be an asshole, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what information you get, you use it as a reason to give up or wait more when you have already waited God knows how long. We have the fucking Knight of Coins here twice. Twice. That's the slowest knight in the deck. This could have been years for all I know. Definitely at least months. Okay, so this is kind of a messed up situation, honestly. So, what else can you tell me about the situation, please? What else can you tell me about the situation, please? What else can you tell me? Nope, no, it didn't come out. Okay, what else can you tell me? What else can you tell me? Oh, that one. What the fuck are you doing watching this video? You already know everything I'm gonna say. You already know everything I'm gonna say. And I already know that it's not gonna make a fucking difference. We have the Eight of Wands. Again, we're getting the same fucking cards again and again and again. This is the third deck I used, and this is the third time the Eight of Wands came out. What are you doing? I'm sorry, but this is like, seriously, what the fuck? This is what you're doing. This is what you're doing. You're doing Nine of Wands stuff. You're afraid. You're protecting yourself. You're putting up walls. I think you may have been hurt in the past. I think you may have bad experiences with romance, maybe, or women in general. Like, something happened here in the past that you just never got over, or you're just like very protective of yourself and your heart. I feel like maybe superficial relationships are easier for you, but this person is not superficial. This connection is not superficial, and maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe this person really is a Queen of Cups, whether they are a water sign or not. Because again, intuition, maybe this person sees you in a way that you never expected to be seen. Maybe this person sees through you. And that kind of triggers you even more into this self protective energy. I feel like you are very protective of yourself and you have a lot of walls around you anyway. Maybe you're kind of more like a loner type of a person, like more of a hermit type of a person. But what I'm getting is that you don't let people near you anyway. And especially not this person. Because this person is, I feel like this person is actually someone who could hurt you. And that's what you're afraid of. That's what you're afraid of. Because this is something else. This is something else. This is something that, like I said, maybe something that you haven't really encountered before, by which I mean this type of a connection or this type of a feeling towards someone. Or maybe you have. Maybe you have. And that's a problem. Maybe you've already felt like this before. Maybe you've already had someone who made you feel this way. And it went really, really, really fucking off tracks or off the rails. Maybe it ended up being a horrible situation in the end. Maybe you ended up getting your heart broken. Maybe this person left you, abandoned you. Yeah, maybe the thing here is that this person reminds you of someone who abandoned you. And it feels like I feel the energy, like I said in myself. It feels like this is like very primal. I'm not even sure that this is, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even sure that this is a romantic connection that uh, that that this person reminds you of, or not a past romantic partner. It could be something more primal, something earlier than that, especially with the Queen of Cups again, because Queen of Cups can also talk about a mother figure. It can also mean a mother. So maybe what's going on is that you have a mother wound here. Whatever happened, maybe your mother was abusive. Maybe your mother was absent. There was something here, and I feel like that's what this person triggers in you. It feels like this person triggers your mother wound. Again, don't take it if it doesn't resonate. Maybe this is just a past romantic connection that was with someone who really reminds you of this person. But I'm also getting that for some of you watching, there's probably not going to be a lot of people watching, but there's probably also going to be more than one. So, for some of you, it is a past romantic relationship that made you feel this way, that made you feel this true love, this absolutely consuming, but not in a necessarily a bad way, but this true love where you were enamored with this person and you were so in love and it was so beautiful and so fantastic. And that reminds you of this person, but when that originally happened, it fell apart, and it fell apart violently and painfully. So for some of you, it's a past relationship that you thought was going to last for most of your life, if not your entire life. And for some of you, it's a mother wound. Your mother did something, and maybe somehow either this person triggers that wound in you, or this person just simply reminds you of your mother. Maybe they have, like I said, they could be very empathetic and understanding, and maybe that is what triggers you because you don't know what to do with empathetic and understanding energy. You don't know what to do with it. You don't know how to be vulnerable. And this person is ready to be vulnerable. This person is used to being vulnerable. They are very emotionally mature. And you just don't know what the fuck to do because that's not something you're used to. That is also a possibility. So, what I was getting is that this person might remind you of your mother or something that your mother didn't do that they should have. Maybe the reason this person's understanding and empathetic nature triggers you is because your mother wasn't like that. Your mother wasn't attentive. Your mother wasn't there for you when you needed it. And you don't know what to do when someone is, or someone is ready to be there for you. You don't know what to do with that. You'd rather pull away. I get it. I get it. I know how that feels like. I know how that feels like. It's so easy to help others, but it's so fucking difficult to accept help. I get it. Okay, what else can you. Oh! Eight of Cups. Did your mom leave? Like, did your mother behind? Leave you behind in some way? Like, maybe you grew up with your dad? Hell, maybe they put you in foster care. Oh my god, this is getting dark quick. But I feel like, even if not physically, but maybe emotionally, your mother left you, your mother abandoned you, your mother betrayed you in some way, and your emotional needs were not met. Definitely not in a way that you would have needed them to be. And it feels like because of that, you just kind of shut off that part of yourself, that part of yourself that would feel emotions, that part of yourself that would feel the need to um, to be vulnerable with someone emotionally, because you never experienced emotional safety, and even if you did, it was ripped away. It was ripped away from you. I feel like I said, I feel like your mom just kind of left. Like, yeah, that this feels kind of like an abandonment wound or something. Again, I get it. Like, I don't know what happened, obviously, but I can relate to abandonment mother wound. Okay, what else? Oh my god. Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Holy shit. Okay, I don't know what happened with your mom or with this other person who reminds you of the person you're thinking about now, or you'd rather not think about. I don't know what the fuck happened over there, but it was major. It was something huge. Like obviously, whatever happens with our parents, it's always huge. It's always massive. It always strongly affects our adult lives. That's a given. But I think I should not understate how serious this was for you. Like I said, I don't know what happened here, but but it really feels like your mother may have put you in foster care or put you in the care of someone else or just straight up left. I don't know. I don't know what the hell this was, but it was very, very significant. It was very significant. Sorry, I have to wipe my eyes because air conditioning is on and my eyes are watering. Okay, let's see what else we have. Let's see what else we have here. What else can you tell me about this energy? What else can you tell me about this energy? Oh, I feel very. This is like very somber, very sad. I absolutely feel that whatever happened has made you shut off part of yourself. It was so traumatic that you just completely, oh my god, and the card flipped, and that's the King of Cups. There's the counterpart of the Queen of Cups. Okay, so here's what I'm getting. Here's what I'm getting. I 1000% feel, just from the energy, don't need the cards for that, that whatever happened here, either with your mother or with this other romantic figure, but I think it's more primal than that for the majority of people watching. Maybe it's gonna be 3 people watching this, and for 2 of them, it's some other thing. But I 1000% feel that it literally made you shut off part of yourself. It literally made you like kind of cut yourself off from yourself, from part of yourself. And the part you cut off was the emotions, the feelings, the sensitivity. I feel like this person triggers you a lot because they are openly sensitive. They are openly empathetic. They are openly vulnerable. And you could never do that. You could never let people see what you truly feel. And it's not because you're a bad person. It's not because you're like not a good person or you're a liar. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's because you literally had to shut off part of yourself, part of your emotions, part of your feelings, because whatever happened was just so traumatic that you had to turn it off in order to be able to deal with the pain, in order to be able to cope with the pain. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that probably means absolutely nothing, but hey, this is sad. Mm. Okay, so I think that this situation is very complex. On the one hand, you have this mother problem or this previous relationship problem that the only time you felt so seen, maybe, was back when something horrible ended up happening afterwards. And this person sees you the same way, and you're not comfortable with that. So we have that on the one hand, and we have on the other hand this trigger that this person is openly empathetic, vulnerable, um, sensitive, and I feel like that's also what you are. That's also what you are like. But it's deep down. It's so deep down that you like had to turn it off, and maybe you can't. Maybe you can't. What's the word? You can't relate to being emotional or being sensitive specifically because you had to shut off this part of yourself. You had to turn it off. And due to that, this person feels very triggering because they don't do that. And they are very open, like I said. Well, you are not, and you are not comfortable with this feeling. You're not comfortable with this energy. You're not comfortable with being seen. You're not comfortable with being emotionally available, even. Okay, this is sad. This is turning out to be pretty sad. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I empathize with you. And I'm sorry that you have to go through this. Okay, what else is there? Can you give me something else? Can the camera stop shaking? Okay, what else, please? What else is there here? Oh, okay, we have the Fool. Yeah. Okay, again, I feel a very complex energy here because, on the one hand, you would literally feel like an idiot if you would go in and talk to this person and be honest about how you feel. I feel like you would literally feel like an idiot and you would immediately, no, you're afraid that you would immediately regret it. You wouldn't necessarily immediately regret it, but you're afraid that you would. Afraid that you would. But at the same time, this is also signaling that you need a fresh start. You need a fresh start from this whole thing. And again, we're going back to this card. I'm feeling like the first card that came out, help that you are not receiving, help that you refuse to accept. I'm not saying necessarily to talk to this person because I feel like that's not realistic for you. I feel like it's not realistic to be honest with this person and tell them how you feel at this point because you're just too wounded, too deeply wounded. And this person, I feel like, already intimidates you. And even though this person would be perfectly equipped to help you and deal with your problems, not deal with them, help you deal with them, because you're the one who needs to deal with them, not them. I feel like they could be very helpful. At the same time, I also feel like you're way too triggered to be vulnerable with them. I feel like you cannot be vulnerable with this person at this point, and that's why you are suffering in this loop, and that's why it's like a catch-22. It's like over and over again. You're just replaying this whole thing again and again and again in your mind. You just want to talk to them so bad. You want to be honest so bad because I feel it, and I know that it looks like you've wasted a lot of time. That's probably what you feel like, but you just can't, because you can't be vulnerable with this person. They are just they're just too triggering for too many reasons. So back to this card. Um, Maybe you should talk to like a therapist or something. I'm not saying this to diss you. I'm not saying this to be offensive. I'm not saying this to, I don't know, be an asshole. Like I legitimately I legitimately feel for you, and I legitimately am sorry for whatever happened. I feel like you have not properly, how do I put this? I'm looking for a word, but it's not coming to me, so I'm gonna have to like explain in another way. I feel like you've never properly dealt with this trauma, whatever happened, either with this romantic interest or with your mother or a mother figure. Like the way they left you behind or abandoned you. I don't know what it was, but it's clearly a major thing here. And it clearly made you shut off your emotions and your ability to be emotionally available and to be emotionally vulnerable. And that's why this situation is not moving forward. It's not because you suck. It's not because you're a bad person. It's not because you quote unquote don't have enough willpower or can't make it happen or whatever. It's not like that. So if you are blaming yourself, stop. Don't. It's just gonna make it worse. Uh, I'm saying that you might need to talk to a therapist because like I said, I feel for you. I feel like uh, I feel like therapy could help properly deal with what happened here. And it feels like as long as you can't, or as long as you don't, or as long as you refuse to heal this wound, nothing's gonna change. Nothing's gonna change. And I feel like this is bigger than this person. This is bigger than this person. We have so many duplicate cards. Like, like again, if it doesn't resonate, don't take it upon yourself. But within this energy, I also feel kind of like a stagnancy or stagnation. Oh my god, 4 of Wands. Yeah. So not here, but in one of the decks. Yeah, here. The Hangman was also at the bottom of the deck. So that's why I'm saying this. It feels like maybe your life maybe you again it's so difficult to form words. It's so difficult to form words. So I understand that you're probably in a situation where you don't even know how to verbalize what you're feeling. You don't even know how to verbalize what's going on within you, what you feel, what is happening. I feel like you're very confused because you have cut off your emotions so much that you're just not in tune with them at all. and you don't even know what you feel. You can't even tell what you're feeling. And again, I'm very sorry. And again, I can relate. But anyway, this is not about me. So this could mean that your entire life feels kind of stagnant. Again, with all this Eight of Wands energy here, we had the Eight of Wands 3 times, 3 decks, all of them gave me the Eight of Wands, or gave you the Eight of Wands. It looks like maybe you look at this person and you feel like they are moving forward. They are going somewhere. They are changing things. They are evolving. Again, with the butterflies, remember? With the butterflies. This person is going somewhere in life. And even here, with the Six of Wands, the wings. While you might feel like you are completely stuck and your life is just directionless, kind of, at least to a degree. At least to a degree, you feel like you are kind of stuck, and you're just not, like, your life is not progressing the way you want it to. And I'm saying this because I feel like this whole situation, this whole trauma is bigger than just this person. Like, this person was a great catalyst or a great mirror, or whatever you want to call it, rather, to show you what's going on. But the real issue here is not this person. This person is showing you what you need to deal with. If you want to talk to this person, if you want to be honest with this person, etc., that is step 2, 3, 4, whatever. Step 1 is dealing with this trauma. It's dealing with this abandonment. It's dealing with the inability to be vulnerable. Because it feels like your life is not going to change, and it's not going to move forward in a meaningful way unless you can deal with this. Unless you can heal from this. And again, that's why I showed this card, because we're going back to the fact that you're not accepting help. And that's why I said maybe you could use therapy, because this certainly feels like something that a therapist could help with. And like I said, you could go to this person and talk to them, and they probably would understand, and they would probably be able to help, at least to some degree. But you are so triggered by this whole situation that I don't think that's realistic for you to go to this person for help. You cannot be vulnerable. And that's why I'm saying that maybe you should. Oh, fuck this. That's why I'm saying that maybe you should see a therapist, because it's easier that way to learn how to be vulnerable. Because then it is a transaction. Then it is a clearly and purely transactional relationship. And it is much easier for people who are emotionally either stunted, or maybe stunted is not a good word, who are emotionally suppressed, rather, like, speaking from experience. It's easier for people who are more emotionally suppressed, or who are uncomfortable open up to a therapist, because you are literally paying them to listen to you. And if you feel like you are not worth listening to, then that kind of cancels it out, because you're paying for someone to listen to you. They're not listening to you because they want to, they're listening to you because you are paying them. Of course, you need a therapist who wants to listen to you, but that's like the more complex part of this whole equation. The point here is that maybe a purely transactional relationship with a therapist would make it much easier to talk about these things. And then you don't feel so vulnerable. Okay. I'm not sure how much more time I have left to do the reading. I'm gonna do some closing messages, I think. Okay. What else does my viewers do my viewers need to know about this whole thing? Okay, we have Leo and Capricorn energy. First is dynamite. It says excitement, passion, action, suspense, destroy, powder keg, fantastic, energetic, breakup, catalyst for change, explosive, short fuse, firecracker, blast, sudden, unexpected, fast. Again, this could mean a lot of things. The first thing I'm getting is maybe you have like some anger management problems because of this whole thing. And that is definitely something that you need to deal with. I'm also seeing that once you understand this this block, this once you understand, not really understand what happened, but once you understand how you reacted to what happened and what's going on within you, I feel like things are going to progress pretty fast. Like I feel like what's holding you back here, both from building a life that you truly want. Maybe you tell yourself that you're comfortable with what you have right now, but it feels like you want more because there is, like I said, a stuck feeling energy here. So so it kind of feels like you need to like blow up this block with this dynamite. And that dynamite is probably therapy or something similar. That dynamite is you healing this mother wound, you healing your fear of abandonment, which manifests as avoidance, which manifests as fear of opening up, a fear of being emotionally vulnerable. So, me telling you, oh, you need to be in touch with your emotions, that's not gonna fucking help. That's not gonna fucking help. You like really need to go deep here. You're right. You like really need to work on this. Is what I'm getting. Catalyst for change. Yep. But this is also telling me that whatever is going on with this person, it could be very passionate. Like this could be a fling that you had in the past, maybe. Like this could be someone you've been physical with, but nothing else, or something of the sort. Or it could be just that you are very attracted to each other. And the other card here, the Capricorn card, is bodybuilding, or bodybuilder, sorry. It says power, strength, forceful, determined, discipline, vigor, domination, push forward, influence, leverage, mastery, resolve, intense, resistance, self improvement, exercise. So yeah, exercising might help you. Building muscle specifically might help you. Is what I'm getting. That could be something that puts you more in touch with your body. And thus, by putting you more in touch with your body, you might have muscle memory that comes up. And that might help your healing, or that might help you be more present. That is a possibility. But again, I'm seeing words like power, strength, forceful, domination. You might want to control a bit too much. Like you might be a control freak, is what I'm trying to say here. You might think that this whole situation with this person can only really um, play out one way, and that's the only way you care about, maybe, or that's like you want everything to go your way, and that's probably also something you need to work with. That's probably also something you need to deal with. If you have anger issues and if you have control issues, you need to fucking deal with that too. we have the next one is a Gemini card. It says hammock. Rest, relax, time off, pause, suspend, sleep, supported, meditate, inactive, recovery, find relief, vacation, waiting, suspended between two things, in limbo, self actualization. Yeah, you need to heal this stuff. And you need to take it easy while you do so. Because this is not going to be easy. This is probably going to be really hard. It's probably going to make you emotionally unstable, at least to a degree, and at least for a little bit of time, even if not too much. The next card is yoga. I don't have to. I don't have to explain that. So doing yoga might help, obviously, but again, meditation, slowing down. And the next cards are, oh my god, spring, person of air, bedroom, what, ring? Okay, okay, what the flying fuck is this? What the flying fuck just happened? Okay, so the next card is train. Basically, that's just a card of moving forward, moving on. It's the equivalent of the chariot. It's getting things moving. It could also signify travel, but it's also saying life's journey. So it also means that it's kind of like you are limited in your life right now because you are not paying attention to the things that you should be paying attention to, that you really, really, really don't want to pay attention to. And again, I completely understand. The things that we need to deal with the most are the things that we want to ignore the most. And after that, we have happening now with these two people who look like they're a couple. And after that, we have Anamkara. The only thing I need to read here is unconditional love, romance, soulmates. Okay, I have to read the entire thing. My bad. So, unconditional love, romance, soulmates, uncommon bond, devoted, always, tenderness, timeless, constant, affection, best friends, appreciation, unchanging, infinite love. It's also Taurus. Forgot to say that. We have two Gemini cards here. We have another Gemini stuff here. It says spring, new moon, the maiden, within 1 to 3 months, and it's Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. So this could resolve by springtime, by next spring, or the spring after that. That is up to you. And this could also mean that either you or this person were born in the spring. We have a person of air, more Gemini energy. Someone here could be a Gemini. You could be a Gemini. It says the great mentalist. Eloquent, rational, upright, quick-witted, unemotional, controlling, sarcastic, cold, abrupt, critical, calculated. So again, this could represent you, but this could also represent your person. But they feel more like the intuitive, emotional type. That doesn't necessarily mean that they cannot be an air sign, for example, because we have, oh my god, we have a shit ton of Gemini energy here. Like we have a lot of Leo energy, and we have an absolute fuck ton of Gemini. The next thing is bedroom. Again, I don't have to explain this. And the next thing is rings. Again, I don't need to explain this. This is a very, very, very clear message. This like could not possibly be clearer. This could not possibly be clearer. As soon as you clear this blockage, as soon as you deal with this thing, as soon as you deal with your inability to be vulnerable, as soon as you deal with your mother wound or your romantic wound, whichever it is, as soon as you deal with the fact that you cut yourself off from your own emotions, as soon as you heal that, there will literally be nothing holding you back from doing whatever the fuck you want. And it's very obvious from the spread that one of the things you want to do is this person. That was funny. No, it wasn't. Okay, so what I'm getting, like I said, is that the reason this thing is not moving forward and you're just sitting there and replaying the whole thing again and again and again and again in your head, and you're just stuck in your head and nothing is happening, and you want to talk to them but you can't talk to them, is because you need to deal with your shit. You need to deal with your shit. And I can see like 3 fucking times the 8 of Wands came out. 3 fucking times. I can see how badly you want to talk to this person. 2 of Wands also came out 2 times. I can see how badly you want something with this person. There's a shit ton of fire energy here. Like, this is important to you. Maybe you don't realize how important it is to you. That's not up to me, of course, to tell you what's important to you. Whatever you feel is important is important. But what I'm trying to say with this is that it's very clear here that you want something out of this. And it's also very clear that you're not going to get it until you can deal with your own issues and until you can understand how you're sabotaging yourself and how your inability mm, or just refusal of being vulnerable is not it's not a like a personality trait. It's not a personality flaw. It's a trauma response to what happened to you. It's not something that you are. Being unemotional, being controlling, being aggressive, being explosive, these are not your emotional. These are not your personality traits. These are not your personality traits. These are coping mechanisms that you have built. These are trauma responses. This is not you. You're not feeling fulfilled and you're not feeling happy and you're feeling stuck because you're not you. You're not living your own life. You're living someone else's life. And you're never going to be able to live your own if you don't find yourself. So, last messages. First card. Go to therapy if you can. That's the best thing I can say to this whole thing. Again, I'm very sorry about this situation. I don't know what happened, but I can see that it was awful. But I can already see that you can work through it. Absolutely, you can. And once you have done that, everything will be just, everything will go move super fast. Everything will just fall into place. Everything will finally work out, including with this person, because that's what I'm seeing in the forefront here. This person, this Queen of Cups energy. So, yeah, this was a difficult reading. Anyway, I hope I could help. I hope you enjoyed, even if it was difficult, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye.